Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the Beis Halevi on AHAVAS YISRAEL, how to love our fellow Jew. A new year and new insights, Be'ez Hashem, into what we can do to maximize our potential in this midah, in this trait. And he writes like this, Gemara Amr, in the Gemara it says the following, Laimatza HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kli, Hashem did not find a single vessel Machzik bracha YISRAEL that can hold the blessing that He has destined for the Jewish people, Ella HaShalom, rather than peace, which means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has a lot of bracha that He would like to give each and every one of us. Maybe we think about this as we are approaching Yom Kippur, and we know that Hashem already wrote everything in His book on Rosh Hashanah. He's reviewing everything, and He's looking at us and watching us during this week of Aseret Tshuva, the Chasmeinu, and He's going to make the seal. He's going to sign everything in His book on Yom Kippur and decide and determine the destiny that we have for the up and coming year. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give everybody bracha. He wants everyone to have a successful year. He wants you to have simcha. He wants you to have health. He wants you to have parnasa. He wants shidduchim for your children. He wants shidduchim for you. If you're struggling having children, He wants you to have children. If you're having a hard time getting a shidduch, He wants you to get a shidduch. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants everything good for everyone. And yet we find that unfortunately very often all those brachas, all those good things that Hashem has in store, they don't land in our address. Why not? Perhaps this is the message we have to take with us during this Aseret Tshuva. HaKadosh Baruch Hu le'motza kli machzik bracha YISRAEL. He found nothing that can hold the blessing for Klal Yisrael, Ella HaShalom, rather than peace. That means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to see Klal Yisrael with their own internal peace. Each and every one of us needs to have shleimos, peace, and calmness inside of ourselves. But of course, what it really means is shalom. There has to be peace between us and others. How much we have to work on making sure that we are at peace with the rest of Klal Yisrael. People should not be getting in fights and arguments and machlekes. People should not be looking down on each other with disdain. We shouldn't be speaking lashon hara about another person to put them down and make them look bad in the eyes of others. No, chas v'chalila. Rather, the one key ingredient that we need to make sure that we are perfecting during this time is shalom. There has to be peace between us and everybody else. And when we reach that level of shalom that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is talking about, that becomes the kli machzik bracha. That becomes the vessel that's going to hold on to all of this blessing. All the blessing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has in store for each and every one of us in Tav Shin Pei Daled this new year. How are we going to be zeicha that when Hashem signs the book on Yom Kippur, at the very last moments of Ne'ilah, when we're screaming out, Hashem, Hu Elokim, Hashem, you are Elokim, you are God. We understand that and we know that we're being mamlechi, we're making you the king over us. How do we know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will sign it in the right way? Says the Gemara, if you are a person of shalom, you are a person of peace. You are a person that is working on creating shalom between you and the rest of Klal Yisrael. Then you create the kli machzik bracha. You create the vessel that is going to be able to hold on to the peace, hold on to the blessing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to give us. The kevan da'atzlachas Yisrael eino talei b'maracha. We know that the success of Klal Yisrael has nothing to do upon our battles. It's not because we're a mighty army and we have a lot of nuclear weapons, or we have the Goliath that can stop any missile from coming our way, or because we have F-16 fighters that can go stealthily in the middle of the night and not be detected by radar. That's not why we are successful. Rak al yidei Torah. Number one, the success of Klal Yisrael comes through studying Torah, v'iskarvusam lo yizbarach, and getting close to Hashem. And those two things go hand in hand. A person learns Torah, which is the Das Elokis. It is the brains of the Ribbono Shel Olam. It is the Ratz and the will of Hashem. When you learn Torah, you are getting yourself closer to Hashem. And this can only be achieved. Torah can only be learned And there can only be hiskarvus, we can only get closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu if there is shalom, if there is peace between us. When there is peace down here in this world, when we are not at odds, chalila, with each other, but we are friendly with one another. As he quotes in the Pasuk, Yeshurun Melech, when a king came over Yeshurun, over Klal Yisrael, Bisasev Roishei Am, the numbers of the nation gathered, Yachad Shifte Yisrael, they gathered together as one. Klal Yisrael, the tribes, the Shvatim, gathered together in unity. When we are unified, when we are together as one, when we love each other, when we look for the good in each other, when we see the good in one another, when we stop talking badly and looking bad and down on one another, there's shalom, there's peace. And then the Torah and our hiskarvus, our closeness to Hashem, become supreme. Then we become this kli that's machzik bracha. We ourselves become the vessel that can hold on to the blessing, and Hashem will fill us up. Fill up our vessels with blessing, Be'ez Hashem, for the new year. And as we will cry out, Chasmeinu l'chaim, please HaKadosh Baruch Hu, sign us for life. Hashem, in fact, will sign each and every one of us for a year of good life, because we are a nation that is seeking peace amongst ourselves. Have a wonderful day.